Contextual is so critically important to so many of our clients. We recently surveyed a bunch of brand marketers, agency leaders to sort of get their opinions about contextual and help understand how it's fitting into the mix. And the majority of people we spoke to were spending more than 20% of their budget on contextual looking forward into 2022 planning. So it's really quite significant as a tactic, even though cookie deprecation is still a ways off. Contextual, as you said, Andy, it is not something that's unique to digital. It's something we've been doing in the practice of media for a very long time. But as you look at social platforms, which again is where marketers are spending such a massive amount of their video budget moving forward, contextual in the social environment is a completely different animal, and it's much more complex. It goes way beyond subject matter.
So tell us, in a way, how that works in live and the live feed and the platforms that you're working with.
Absolutely. Well, I think first off, in overarching, what we try to do for every one of our clients, be it a marketer or a platform, is really give them a holistic view of context. At OpenSlate, we call that true context. So it takes into account not only what is the subject matter of any piece of content, but who created that subject matter? Who created that content? What platform environment is it on? How is an audience engaging with and interacting with that content? And taking all that into account to give a much fuller picture of what really that piece of content is in the world. Once a piece of content is live on a social platform, it doesn't just sort of exist as it's no longer static. Especially in the social platform environment, it's incredibly dynamic and fluid. And, its context can change based on how audiences are engaging with it, based on subsequent content that a creator can make. So, you really have to look at the big picture, which is what we do with true context on these platforms. Speaking in particular about live is fascinating. And let me say straight off the bat that live is very tricky. And I have not come across, and I spend a lot of time thinking about brand safety and suitability. I've not come across a technology for true real-time solutions for marketers and brands in the live environment and for brand safety and suitability. So it's tricky, and we all know that there's an explosion of live content across so many platforms. And live content is so engaging for marketers for so many reasons. But it's challenging, or can be challenging from the safety and suitability standpoint. So, what we do is, just as we do always, OpenSlate has had a creator-centric approach to measurement. And so what we have found is that by really focusing on the creator level, taking a look at a creator's entire body of work, you can project with a high degree of accuracy the future safety and suitability of a piece of content. So that is a way that we found incredibly effective for marketers, and that we're looking forward to applying to more live content across all platforms as everyone uses it more and more. Our clients come to OpenSlate looking for brand safety and suitability solutions. They first and foremost want to know that their ads have run in places that are safe and suitable for their brand. And what that means, it means different things to each client and to each marketer. There certainly are very helpful and very important industry standards, like the GARM floor, like the GARM levels of risk, which are important touchstones for many clients. And we're so delighted to see increased adoption of these standards across the entire industry. At the same time, each of our clients, each of our brands has a really unique and specific set of standards that really apply to what type of content they believe is suitable, that may relate to the appropriateness of their message for certain audiences, and for how that really sort of just fits in the overall environment. And so, we all know, and we've spent a lot of time thinking about safety and suitability and making sure that we really have that taken care of for our clients. And so now what a lot of our marketers are thinking about is about the upside and how to find the absolute best environments for their brands. They think about, who are the creators we want to most support, and how do I back them with my dollars? And so we do a lot of work helping both platforms and advertisers really think about, okay, who are the sort of best creators, the most premium creators, the creators that are diverse or underrepresented voices, who we really want to make sure we're investing our dollars with, and taking a look at the consistency and the output and how audiences engage with that content to make sure it's a great bet for now and for the future.
And Andrew, tell us sort of what's next for you guys in terms of the scope of the business and the road ahead.
Well, we brand safety and suitability on, any platform, every platform. Our goal at OpenSlate is to really measure all ad-supported content. That is our mission. And so it's most complex and most juicy and interesting on social platforms. And so every place where we can, help our advertisers ensure that they are running in the best possible environments for their message, that's where we want to be. But Contextual is more than brand safety and more than brand suitability. And so helping our clients really understand the major opportunities and what they can get out of this fuller picture of Contextual, what business results true context can bring for their brand, that's where we're focused.